What's going on, guys? So in today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on the truck. So when you think about maintenance, you're probably thinking oil change, maybe transmission fluid change, clean your air filter, check your ball joints, the typical things that are associated with, hey, I got to do this on my truck because if I don't, it's going to freaking blow up. Well, there's definitely something that I myself definitely overlook, and I'm sure a lot of y'all do as well, and that is going to be the cabin air filter. So you might not even know your truck has this because some of the older trucks don't have them. And so if you just got this newer truck, then you're like, hey, I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. And I think they recommend you change it every 20,000 miles. Well, my truck has like 45,000 miles on it now. And so probably should change that because I've never changed it. And I'm a little concerned at what I might find. It might be really bad. We're going to be changing it with this Purelator 1 cabin air filter. So it's pretty straightforward, but there is a couple steps to do it. So I guess I'm gonna walk y'all through that. We'll see how bad mine is. A couple little tricks to hopefully keep the debris out of the motor assembly, because the last thing you wanna do is drop something down in there and it start making some god-awful noise. So I guess let's get everything together that you're gonna need and let's get to it. All right, so I believe all you're gonna need is, of course, a new filter. You want to keep the box because we are going to use the box, a little trick here in a second. And then all you're going to need is this 3/32, how do you say that? 3/32. I don't really know. Anyways, this little bitty guy, because we do have to take off this bottom drawer. You can't just drop it, and on some you can just drop this and then pull these little tabs out. But in order to get in there to the correct thing, we got to drop this whole box assembly. So that's going to involve us taking 1, 2, and then under here 3, 4 bolts out. So let's go ahead and take those out. Don't drop the bolt in behind that plastic or you're gonna have a fun time fishing it out. All right, and this should just pull out that crap out of here. Put this aside. So coming in here, that is gonna be our filter up in there. It's got this little cover on it. It's also got that harness right there. Let me grab my flashlight. So as you see, there's a little cover. Harness is gonna be right there. Gonna kind of get in the way. We're gonna have to finagle that thing out of the way. But let's go ahead and pop this lid off and get access to the filter itself. All right, so right off the bat, you can already see some crap in here. So, definitely pulling it around, there's gonna be a lot of crap in here. You don't want this crap to fall down in the motor that's down there. So here's a little trick that I thought of. We should be able to get this thing out without having anything drop down in there. So you got your filter box, right? Well, it's basically the same size as your filter itself, right? So what we're gonna do is tear this thing. All right, so essentially what we're gonna do is shove this cardboard, if this is the stock filter sitting in there, push this up underneath it to the back, pull this filter out while keeping cardboard in there, and that way anything that comes off the top is like scraped on the top. It'll fall back as you pull it, and it'll fall into here, and then we'll be able to pull this out with all the debris on here rather than all that junk falling down inside the motor. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, perfect. We're in the back of the filter. Let me make sure y'all can see properly. I guess y'all can, even though I don't have my flashlight on here. Let's try pulling this filter out and see what happens. Side, and then we can pull this out, which does have crud on top of it, and that, looky there, prevented us from having any crap fall down in there. So I would say it's safe to assume it was definitely time to change this thing. I mean, it's got some nasty crud in there. You can obviously see the color difference. I would assume by the sides of this, it probably was white just like that one. So you can see just how filthy this is. And obviously when these things get dirty, that's why your air conditioning will smell weird or possibly not perform as good as it once did, because it's having to filter all of your air through this absolutely disgusting filter. The backside looks good. It's doing its job obviously, but it's just, you can see how much crap all that's falling out of this thing. A lot of nastiness. So let's go ahead and throw the new one in there. I'm gonna show you all this real quick. I'm gonna slide it in, get it started. Then I want to show y'all. Get out of the way, harness. All right, so I'm sure y'all can see little arrow, air going down. You need to put it in the same way that you came out. If you've already taken your filter out and you forgot, just look, the dirty side's going to be on top of your filter. So look at your stock filter, whichever way the arrow is pointing, put this one in the same way. Trying to keep it as good condition as possible. Fun experience one-handed. There's one, there's two. Lock it in. Boom. Let's go ahead and line our tabs up. Get this crap out of the way. You got tabs on the bottom and up top in these corners. All right, perfect. And just like that, our installation is done. So let's go ahead and hop in here, fire up the AC and see if it smells different or performs different. I know it's got to do a little bit better for sure. Let's give the old smell check. Smells like clean air now, which is awesome. Anyone else's radio having this problem? I don't know if it's an update on my phone gone crazy or if this thing's going crazy, but it's really freaking annoying. And just like that, we are all done. No more nasty filter in there. Nice clean air conditioning, performing as good as it possibly can. So little more chill video than normal, just a little nice maintenance video, whatever. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably have filters that look way worse than that. You've probably never changed it in your life and you've had your truck for 10 years now. I don't know. I figured I'd make this video though because I really hadn't thought that much about it. And then the other day I was like, I should probably change that. So ended up doing that. I think the one I got was like, it was either $13 or $17. Really cheap, obviously needed to be replaced. Like I said, 40, I don't mean exactly, 40-something thousand miles on my truck. And y'all saw how nasty this was. So if you got a truck with 100,000 miles on it, you might want to check that sucker out because it might be absolutely horrible. So with that being said, hopefully you did enjoy. Comment down below, let me know how bad yours is if you go and check it. Like I said, make sure to slip that cardboard under there because you don't want to get anything in that blower motor because that will absolutely make you cry. So with that being said, hopefully you did enjoy. I'll see you all in the next one.